Let's go, Razorback fans. There is still a lot to play for. Or is there, right? You do get a win over Florida International, and let's do a quick little film study here. Hudson Clark, obviously, this is a good sign of him watching film. I don't know if this is a run blitz, but obviously something keyed him to just jump right into this backfield and make a very explosive defensive play. Gotta love it. So I am a very aggressive fourth down play caller. That's just who I am personally. This is very, very aggro. This actually isn't a bad throw. I don't like this route. You're a bigger target, and you see he's rounding this route out. This honestly is not a difficult route to run, because since this play started on the 25-yard line, you as a receiver know I just got to get to here. So when you get to here and this DB is playing off of you, cut right here. But you'll see this tight end right here kind of rounds it off. And you'll see he kind of floats this way instead of just getting flat as he possibly can, using that big target. And you see he drifts all the way up here, and that gives this defender plenty of room to come down and make this play. So I think if he's flatter here, you see he's drifting all the way here. If he's right here, he's probably making this catch. But 13, who had a massive game, Walcott, makes a good play and forces a turnover on downs. So we get to this run right here by Rocket Sanders. A lot better game from this Arkansas offensive line. The key block on this play is right here, okay? Latham and Manuel got to double this and then get to the next level. And look at how they seal this inside. You would have liked to have seen that more from Sam Pittman teams. And you're able to get Rocket Sanders upfield. Obviously, Rocket has brought a lot to this offense. And he gets banged up here at the end, but a nice gain. All right, so this is probably going to be the play that we spend the most time on in this film study, right? It's super late. It's Florida International. But I want to talk about the different philosophical decisions that are going to be made by Arkansas over the next few months with certain players, but also certain coaches, right? There's a big debate, obviously, with Sam Pittman. Is he coming back? What the heck is KJ Jefferson going to do? But we're going to get to me, the player that I think has the most interesting decision. I swear, I think there is a skunk in my house. Oh, my God. So this is actually a pretty bizarre concept. So you're getting a vertical here, a vertical here, and actually a wheel-ish vertical up the middle from the running back. And you get, this motion guy to hopefully draw this corner to open up something here, okay? The funny thing here is I think actually the design of this play is to eventually get Rocket Sanders on this linebacker. You think this tight end is going to be taken by this safety, this wide receiver is taken by this corner, and this, DB is out here on the flat. What's interesting is the flat route actually draws two defenders, right? The corner goes to the flat, and this hook defender goes to the flat, and it leaves Andrew Armstrong as open as you possibly can ask for, right? This is how you would want the play to be designed, okay? Backs, a tight end who struggled, not really much of a receiver, is actually drawing two defenders, okay? So one of these guys is going to be open over here, and it's Armstrong, the guy that you want open, and KJ sees it. This is where you want to go with the football. Now, why did KJ not get it there? Well, it's because of pressure, which lends us to the guy who has a very interesting decision. That's Bo Limmer. Now, Bo might have made a decision. I don't know. I really don't know. He gets beat really badly. It's been a rough year for a guy who came in with a lot of hype. And the play design here is to pull this guard around, and Bo Limmer's guy is this guy right here, and you'll see he gets beat through the A-gap really easily, okay? Nice little swim move over the top. And what do we always say here? A-gap pressure is the worst type of pressure, okay? KJ Jefferson can get out of any type of pressure. A-gap pressure is his hardest. He can get out of that as well, and he does actually. He just can't make this throw to Armstrong. He's trying to, but he knows if he throws this, he's getting absolutely crushed or his arm is getting hit. It's in the red zone, so you don't want to risk it. So you see he resets his feet and then decides, do I have enough on this to get it there? I think at the last second he said, hey, let me just live to fight another day. It's the red zone. And he just throws this away. Alrighty, so right here you're going to get the play of the year from this Arkansas offensive line. So we pick it up here, and Florida International decides to get very, very, very exotic. They end up running zero, right, which is zero press man all-out blitz, okay? And it's not press man, okay? Which makes this very difficult for KJ to see pre-snap, okay? They're bringing a delayed blitz, and they're bringing everyone, okay? So it's straight man coverage across the way. I've seen DCs do this. I'm not a huge fan of it because the big benefit of bringing zero is you're going to have one guy more to block than they can handle. And I'm okay with bringing one delayed pressure, but this many guys from this far out, you're asking a lot. And you also got to keep in mind where this football is being snapped from. It's from the 10-yard line, okay? So you really don't need to be overly aggressive and exotic in this point of the field. But F it. They decide to bring the safety blitz, and look at this blitz pickup. It's perfect. So you see, the benefit of running zero is always having an extra guy. I could see why you do this, especially with KJ Jefferson and his ability to bounce one way or the other. But they bring a zero blitz, and guess what? KJ had two different guys he could have thrown this football to for a touchdown. He's got Andrew Armstrong on the out, but he ends up getting, I almost said Walcott, but Wilson on this in-breaker right here. Corner is just so far off, and Wilson almost trips here. I'm glad he didn't. KJ gets a good pocket to throw this football, and he delivers it right on the money. All right, so Chris Mitchell of Florida International makes a huge play. He's really good. They're wide receivers. So Florida International, they're not a really good team, but number 10, their wide receiver is just a good player. And this is what happened on this play. So you could see Arkansas makes, a quick decision, right? Snacks, or whoever this is Snacks right here. Someone else is picking up this motion guy, and then Hudson Clark is now the deep safety. Okay? So where Hudson Clark makes a mistake here is the quarterback is staring down Chris Mitchell the entire time. So Hudson Clark sees his eyes, and if a quarterback is staring down a wide receiver on this deep of a pattern the entire time, you see how still his head is? You want to try and pick it off and be aggressive, okay? So you'll see this ball is just out there, and Clark, once again, we don't have an all-22 angle here. He's just got to make a better play on this, right? He was staring down at it the entire time. Give him credit. It is a good throw. Mitchell can play, though. He can really, really, really play. So the fact that he had a big game on you is not really that big of a deal. You are Arkansas. Your secondaries have continuously been bad, and this year it's been better than what it was last year. At least you could say that. Good job by 25 Stewart, at least forcing him to cut back in and then getting right back into this play to force them to have to convert in the red zone. That's really good stuff right there by 25 Stewart. So bold decision on this first and goal from the 1 to pull it here, okay? And guess what? Arkansas has a chance to make a play. They have a player right here ready to make this play. Jenkins is a very athletic dual threat quarterback. He's able to get around 8, who had the game-winning play versus Florida. And is that 8 or 6? I'm guessing that's 8. I think 6 is a defensive lineman. And, well, he gets cut back on right here. I'm shocked that Snacks didn't at least get a hit on him. Makes a business decision at the goal line. I'm shocked that he didn't get hit at all. All right, we get to this 3rd and 8, and they bring a simulated pressure that gets picked up really well, okay? This is a perfect pocket for KJ to throw this football, and he finds his best receiver, Andrew Armstrong. He has a semi-step on him. He's just got to catch this ball. I mean, look at that. I think he just lost his footing here at the end. Or did his foot get caught with... Oh, yeah, you could see it. His left foot hit himself, right? And that caused him to mistime his jump just a little bit. Really good throw by KJ. Just got to catch that. All right, so we move ahead here, 1st and 10. I mean, that's just too easy right there. Good stuff from this Arkansas offensive line. Definitely one of their better games on the season. And you hit your guy in stride, right? You missed him on the last drive. This time, you guys connect and you get a big gain. Arkansas gets very exotic, and Florida International takes advantage of it. Okay, this safety's job is actually to guard this receiver all the way over here. It's a tough ask, but guess what? It's a red zone. Arkansas is saying YOLO. Some questionable effort. I'm not going to say by who here, but it's not the guy trying to defend this. 8's trying to get over here and make a play. He just doesn't make it, right? And they score a touchdown. They take a lead. The bonus point, no good, and we're cooking if you're Florida International. 2nd and goal. Broden gets the good benefit of this DB just kind of tripping on his own, right? Still, KJ finds him. Good RPO pull right here. And that's an easy pitch and catch. And it was almost dropped, actually. Normally right here, you would like to see Broden, better DBs are going to get a piece of him, to put his hands right here on this elbow and swipe him down. This DB just gets all out of sorts. And, yeah, this is a good touchdown catch. You're also wide open. I'm not sure if he needed to jump or not to catch that. And that makes this touchdown catch kind of a circus catch. But he makes it, and Arkansas takes the lead. Game is so big for Florida International, right? I didn't think at this point in the season they would be the ones fighting for bowl eligibility and Arkansas basically being out. But this is, where we are. I think most people are cheering for the upset, right? The thing that always kills me is when a team that is a superior upset, so Florida International, I think, was 28-point upset, you hate to see a pick six be the thing that just kind of ends this game. And 11 has his football in his hands, and he just dropped it, and it goes straight into Walcott's hands, and it's a pick six the other way. This happened a few weeks ago when Ohio State was playing a tough game versus Rutgers. They had like this huge interception return, and they never really looked back. This was kind of the same thing. Such a critical mistake by the receiver, and it's an easy pick six for Arkansas. You'll see how important it is, to factor in who you're playing against, because you'll see right here, this is a very difficult play and block for Broden to make on this 4th and 2. I hate this 4th and 2 call, just cramming everybody in. A better athlete is getting under this block and meeting 34 here to blow something up, okay, or at least to cause some kind of resistance. That's a tough block for Broden to make in this spot. So 34 comes around and helps kick out. I just think a better athlete's causing some kind of collision. But where this play was made right here was right up the middle. Limmer, even though he trips, he's able to get to this next level, and it opens this hole. Really good doubles right here for Arkansas. And you see, with KJ's ability to run, these safeties are always worried about the pull, even though there is no fake. Maybe this safety was playing the split zone the entire way. Man, it's just crazy on a 4th and 2, okay, in a crammed box. It's just the simple little handoff up the middle that gets it, right? I also like this decision right here by Arkansas to go for it, right? A field goal only keeps it at a 2-possession game, and the only thing I did not like about it is Johnson just kind of let up here. Very, very, very bizarre. And, like, he just kind of lets up 10 yards, 15 yards away from it. I'm a little shocked that 6 didn't really go for the bat. I probably would have waited a half second later, catch him right here and bash this ball out with your left hand. Very bizarre run right there from Johnson. Oh, it's KJ time. He's got the glove on. Get the play action fake right here. And it's just ridiculous how good KJ Jefferson has been at Arkansas. I understand my comment section is just filled with KJ this, KJ that. Let's first take a look at this protection here. It's not bad, honestly. Yes, 53, Tykees Crawford eventually leans. But look at how far out he has his defensive end right here. Okay? Not the worst rep. Okay? It gives KJ plenty of time to throw this football deep. And he puts it right on the money for Isaiah Satania. And look at where that's placed. Bang. For him to just run underneath it. It's really good stuff. All right, we get to here. It's 2nd and 8. And this looks like a really bad pick. But I'm guessing since he potentially saw this corner blitz, he's thinking that nobody's just going to be over here. That is the only way I could really describe this interception. But remember earlier, if you stare a guy down, eventually somebody is going to undercut it. Okay? And he obviously stared this thing down. This gives Walcott plenty of time to come in and just make this play. Okay? Really easy stuff. All right, here we go. It's 3rd and 8. And guess what? You get great blitz pickup again. Where was this Arkansas offensive line the rest of the season? And this is as open as you're ever going to see it. Okay? So KJ eventually throws it. You know, as far as like wherever his next step will be, this is where he struggles, right? In the middle intermediate, right? Quarterback mechanic experts, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. That base doesn't look the absolute worst. Was he a little bouncy there? I'm not sure, but this ball is behind him, okay? If we're leading this receiver right here where he's able to run and not have to stop, you're getting a huge gain, okay? So that ball being slightly behind him cost you probably an extra 5 to 10-ish yards, but he did a good job eventually finding him and picking it up. But yes, you're happy with the completion, but you take a look at this point in the game, Arkansas eventually settles for a field goal. So the likelihood that Wilson is scoring a touchdown after the catch there is very little, but he is gaining more yards with that ball that's more accurately thrown. Also want to shout out Cam Little. It's amazing how good he's been this year. Of course, he had that BYU miss, but outside of that, the guy has been pretty much lights out this year for Arkansas. So we get to here, and I talked about Bo Limmer earlier. Landon Jackson has a big NFL decision to make. Love this call right here by T. Will, because getting in this spot, this is called a tight front. This is what Dave Aranda is famous for. And the one thing I love about this 3rd and 6 is with this edge player being right here and this nose tackle being straight head up on the center, you're able to know that you get a one-on-one versus your best defensive lineman going up against an offensive guard who's not used to blocking this type of athlete. And watch what this defensive call does. Okay, and you're also blitzing behind it. So you see Landon Jackson just dominate this guard and make a huge sack right here. Okay? It's going to be interesting to see what Landon does. I do think he would get drafted in the first couple of rounds. But, man, what a season, the LSU transfer. So let's give out another KJ Jefferson card. Why not? If we get to 7K views on this video, you are getting a KJ card. All you got to do is comment down below. That's it, okay? Or if we get $50 in donations, there's a little super chat button down there. Or, of course, you can support the Feed My Dog Fund as well. Now, before I get into my final thoughts, I really enjoyed the play-by-play announcer in this game. He was just excellent. And me being a play-by-play guy for some college basketball teams, some of which are in Arkansas, I love hearing good play-by-play, especially from someone that's not like a traditional name. So whoever that was, you were awesome. So I know this game looked better for Sam Pittman, but comment down below, do you believe he will survive? If obviously you beat Florida International, and then if you beat Missouri, if Arkansas beats Missouri next week, that's one of the better teams Sam Pittman would have beaten during his tenure. So in the background, you're seeing the play again. I wanted to just point out Landon Jackson just fighting his way back into this play and making another one. It's crazy. Do you think Sam Pittman has done enough to keep his job? I don't know if he could survive that Auburn performance. This FIU team is bad. I watched him in their only victory lately over Sam Houston State, a team that had no victories. They won that one in overtime, but man, they had been skidding, and that pick six obviously changed the momentum of this game. This would have been a far more competitive game. I think this was a step forward, I guess you could say, for KJ. I don't know if you play Chris well in the next game at all, just to give him some experience to see what you got. It's just going to be a weird offseason. Do you keep Pittman? What the heck happens to all these good players that are on the team? Do they look to hit the portal? There was some questionable effort in this game. So, yeah, it's weird. So, let me know. Comment down below your thoughts on this Arkansas performance. Man, I really don't know what to think about this, right? It was just kind of a meh day overall in Fayetteville. Yeah, there's just going to be so many interesting player decisions. We're just waiting to see if Pittman will be retained. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! And tonight, we are doing some Detroit-style pizza. Let's freaking go. And click these videos right here. Let's go.